Greetings, giving thanks. Thank you for taking time to listen to this report. Ross Report's headline at the time. You know, I'm sure that my biggest fan base is law enforcement, but you know, we're going to continue operating what we're doing because basically we see the whole world is being destroyed in front of our eyes. We have no other choice, right? You know, it's so obvious that we are being controlled by a bunch of crooks, and we're tired of it, man. And if you're law enforcement, you work for the crooks too. You are part of the problem. And so we see you as an enemy because the people that you work for are destroying the whole earth in front of our eyes. It doesn't mean we want to do violence against you. Look, man, we don't play by the same rules you do. We don't intimidate people. We don't bully people. We don't walk around, you know, with our chest out proud and just look for somebody to smack around and tell what to do. See, we understand that you've been living that lifestyle for so long that you're hooked. You can't get away from it. The moment that you get a little bit of authority, a little bit of power taken away from you, you cry. So you don't want that. You want to stay in power, telling people what to do the rest of your life and hiding behind this disguise. Like, you know, basically, it's the laws of attraction. We see somebody, he got his hair combed, you know, he's the Mitt Romney type. He got a nice suit coat on, you know, he's talking great. His wife's got all this makeup on. Yeah, she looks normal. He looks normal. We can trust them. But reality of it is, you don't even know what company he used to work for. You don't know what he used to do. You don't know what private equity is about. You barely have any information. All you do is what you're told. Well, we're the same way. We do what we are told too, except we do what we're told from the ultimate authority, not from this this imitator, Satan. Because if you trace the line, brother, of where your money comes from, you're gonna find out it comes from some of the darkest places on the earth. And the fact that you had to live at the expense of other people, you will be held accountable for that. So we're talking about medical marijuana. You know, we got the governor here, Rick Scott. He has pre-selected a network of individuals to control the marijuana trade. Okay, everything has become much more transparent. They can't operate like they used to, where they used to pay a bunch of, you know, thugs and gunslingers to push marijuana around and to bring it across the border. Well, they can't do that anymore. And not only that, but the public's become much more acceptable of the fact that marijuana is actually healthy for people. It's not a demon like they told us it was. So the public has a choice. You know, they can use it because who's going to tell them they can't? Okay, they cannot keep feeding the same lie. It's like the boy who cried wolf. Eventually, they're not going to be listening to you anymore. So they had to come up with a different game plan. They had to have a different model. And what they did was, you know, they set up in Florida, third largest populated state in the country, a huge amount of money to be made from this industry. Rick Scott pre-selected his network to run things. One of them is Don Clifford. Don Clifford says he's spending, you know, $5 million plus $2.1 million, $7 million to set up an old mattress factory in Lake Wales, Florida, into a medical marijuana processing facility. He hired some kid out of UCF, and he says, oh, everything's going to be organic. Okay, so the first problem is these people don't know anything about marijuana. They don't care. They don't have any real passion about it. Why wouldn't you allow people that are actually passionate about the field to get involved in it? Okay? We are brought up thinking that money is everything. You got to go into this field because they make a bunch of money. Don't go into this field because they don't make a bunch of money. But it's all an illusion. It was all designed. Babylon wanted to look at the grand scheme of things and figure out the little pockets they wanted to fill. What do we want to do next? What kind of people do we want and what kind of fields next? Let's push out some pharmaceuticals. That's sorcery. That's good for people. We'll say that doctors are this much more worthy, and then we'll get a bunch of people to go into that field. We got to set up the system of laws. We've got to worship our God, Satan. So let's get a bunch of lawyers. We'll tell everybody lawyers get paid a lot, and so on and so forth. So basically, my big argument is that, if we really want an industry to be perfected, if we really want an industry to operate at maximum efficiency, why would we not hire people that are actually passionate about what they're doing? Okay, so basically this is how it works. Rick Scott, he came into office and they said he had a net worth of $75 million. Well, now they say, according to NPR, he has a net worth of $125 million. So he's made $50 million since he's been in office in 2 years. He says he plans to spend another $100 million on his next re-election, which he's doing right now. And by the way, it's real easy to get elected. All you got to do is have money. You can make up these advertisements, walk around the beach and all these things, and people are hooked on TV. It's like they've been able, the TV is a way for Babylon to get into people's brains and mix things up a little bit, And so when they put these advertisements out, they know it's going to catch a lot of eyes, and it's much more effective than trying to give a speech or anything really debating about the issues. So now that Rick Scott's in office, basically he's going to award these contracts to these companies. Like this guy, Don Clifford, owns a company called GrowHealthyLLC. And after he gets out of office, these companies are going to allow him to come in and give a few speeches at like $200,000 a pop, let's say. And that's how these people make their money. That's how they legally bribe. That's how legal bribery goes on in the United States of America. So you got the sheriff here. He's standing up. He got a big platform, and he's talking up against medical marijuana and this and that. Here's a guy who wouldn't allow any paraphernalia stores, wouldn't allow any hydroponic or any small farmer stores here in Polk County. But yet, for some reason, he's going to allow the largest medical marijuana production facility in the state. Now, he's probably going to get up and say, well, this is just about Charlotte's Web. It doesn't get you high. But we know that they're just opening the door for the entire industry, and they're going to keep these same people because they're going to show, oh, what we've done works. What we've done works. So let's keep this the legal framework. It's discriminatory, to say the least. It's almost like it's legal robbery in the daytime. And they claim that the medical marijuana is going to make the cartels stop moving it across the border. Well, that's not true. Okay, first of all, these guys, they only want to give the licenses to people who have money, because they're going to say, well, why do we want to give licenses to people who don't have money? So you're still going to have all those people that are living in poverty in the hood that are going to be smoking Mexican swag. It's still going to be moving across the border. As long as the price is high, with the medical marijuana industry and all these patents and trademarks, the price continues to grow. The price continues to go upwards. Once they start advertising it, it's going to keep going upwards. As long as the price is high, there's going to be that criminal element. You're always going to have crime. If a diamond quadruples value overnight, guess what? That jewelry store is much more at risk. So anyway, here's the company, Grow Healthy. This is some of their information. Well, this is the principal address, anyway, registered, but the manager, worldwide management. Well, that's not all the information, but it's just interesting. If you go to their site, Grow Healthy Farms, LLC, here they are, they're promoting marijuana. So let me add one more thing, is this group of individuals is a bunch of ex and possibly current law enforcement officers that are running this company.